Hi, everybody. Welcome. We're so excited to chat with you tonight about all things Hugh and Grace in the business opportunity and our team and ourselves. Thank you for giving a little bit of time of your evening to spend with us. I'm Jamie. This is Jace, and we're gonna share the screen so you'll have some slides you can screenshot, you can follow along with. But it'll also just keep us going so we can rock and roll through this swiftly. Let me figure out where, there we go. Wrong page. Hold on. There we go. Can you see okay? Okay, perfect. So Jason and I are advocates for the company Hugh and Grace. If you're new to Hugh and Grace, we're going to talk all about it tonight. And we are so excited to dig into what this business opportunity, which has become, we've been building this business and partnering with this company since the fall. And every month it just keeps growing and it's more fun and we're learning more, and we wanted to share all about it. So here's a little bit of a overview of what we're going to talk about tonight. A little bit about Hugh and Grace. We're going to dig into hormone health, why this is such a perfect business opportunity now, a little bit about our team. We'll dig into comp plan because we wanted to, if you're looking at building a business here, we want to make sure you walk away understanding exactly what that could look like for you, and then enrollment options. So feel free to, as you have questions, put them in the chat, save them till the end, or just interject like in the chat. Don't just use the chat while we're talking, and we can always weave in and make sure that you're feeling like you have all of the information that you need. So again, my name's Jamie, and I'm a senior director at Hugh and Grace, but I am also a rescue mom to a bunch of dogs, cats, chickens, goats, horses. A couple of years ago, I moved to Vermont shortly after a divorce, and kind of started laying some fresh roots down in a new season of my life. I'm an Oregon girl, though, so Oregon is home, and a lot of that move came from just a couple years of pandemic and post-pandemic reality where, like so many of us, went through a lot of stress, a lot of trauma, a lot of loss. And with that came a lot of health struggles and health issues. And for me, that was really nervous system based, a lot of adrenal overdrive, and ultimately my body started shutting down because of hormone dysfunction. I didn't know that's what it was at the time, but ultimately, through the help of some functional medicine doctors, a lot of research on my own, trusting my gut, like literal gut and also proverbial gut, I was able to start researching and getting in touch with what was going on with me. A lot of overworking and lack of self-care. And I really felt like my body was betraying me. I was feeling anxious and depressed and overweight and exhausted all the time. I was couldn't sleep through the night. I would wake up exhausted and weird aches and pains. I just felt like I just felt like this like old broken toy that nothing was working anymore. And I felt so disconnected from kind of like me. So all of that led me through this hormone health journey and making some really significant changes in my life to make sure I was honoring what my body was, what my body was saying, which was slow down, find some healing, take care of yourself, and maybe shift some trajectory. So moving to Vermont was one of my big pivots, my big shifts. And this was coming after 10 years working in the network marketing space in the fitness and nutrition realm. And so there's a lot tied into that, but that's a little bit about me in a nutshell. And I'm so excited to be sharing with you guys tonight. So Jace, why don't you take it away? Tell us a little bit about you.
I hate introducing myself, but it's fine. I will. I'll do it for you. So I could literally say all the same things Jamie did verbatim, just as far as physical health goes. I was dealing with a lot of that. Plus, I was dealing with a lot of chronic stress. So I've been in this industry for 13 years. this is my 14th year in this industry. I had a really long and loving and successful career in our last organization. And I learned a lot, and I just really fell in love with this industry, and I felt like it was changing and it was growing, and I wasn't changing and growing with it. And I just really was craving some just change and like innovation. And this was a business that really excited me. It was for the first time, I just was like, ah, this sounds so good to just talk about health on a deeper level, because that's where I was personally at, just like Jamie was as well. Be able to deep dive into some of those things that really just, aren't the traditional just exercise and eat better and sleep more. Like, it's just more complex than that. And so I was also kind of digging into those answers at the same time, while also just really craving change in my career. But I knew I love this industry, and I really, really love to give women something specifically to have that's just theirs to build, that nobody else really can take from them, or that nobody else can really have any influence over. And I think I was just really in that space again, where I just needed something for myself again. And so this kind of fell into my lap through Jamie, who was, kind of on the same journey. And it kind of turned into this beautiful little love story with this company, and just things aligned in all of the ways that we wanted to. And it's just been so amazing to be able to kind of not have to fit into a box, but sort of create the box this time. And it's such a cool opportunity. So I'm excited to talk about that. But I I really think that I needed like the community and the connection, and which is one of the most beautiful things about this business. And I really, really just needed a full reset. Like, I just really needed to find myself again and figure out why all the things that were working before were no longer working. And so I started kind of with the routine, and started with like the internal change first. And that just has sort of bled out from there. So that's how we are where we are right now. So I'm excited to kind of pop in and give you some of the nitty gritties. So, generally speaking, Hugh and Grace. So this is one of my favorite things, is to introduce this company, because it's just such an innovative company, and it's kind of leading in the hormone health space right now. So they really focus on everything on and around the body. They focus specifically on hormone safe and EDC free products, because hormones really affect everything. And this is something that I think not everybody realizes, but there's more hormones than just estrogen and testosterone. There's a lot of other things. And one of the bigger ones that I was dealing with was cortisol. And that was one of the more chronic things that I was trying to recover for myself. And so when I looked into these products, once this company was kind of introduced to me, I started to realize like how much the products that I was using were not actually contributing to the overall goal anymore. And that's, the product piece of it was so important to me. And I just really needed to clear everything up. So I think when you look at this company from the get-go, it might just look like another clean company, but it's not. It's so much more complex and so much more diverse than that. Hormones impact everything that we do. Like this says, our physical health, our appearance, aging process, immunity, mood, sleep, everything. And so it was such an easy decision to kind of find this company. It's such an easy mission to kind of latch onto, of just really trying to help people on a deeper level. Do you have anything to add to that, James?
No, I just want to, I mean, it's a big ditto. I think Jason and I have such parallel stories, but really finding a home that had a really meaningful mission was something that we had for a really long time. And that wasn't something in shifting, to a new company, a new career, a new level of our career, more elevated conversation around health and wellness. I didn't want to lose a mission. There's a lot of companies out there that might have some clean products or a lot of clean products, but they're not necessarily like tied to a really deep mission. And it's really proud to be part of Hugh and Grace, where we are, on the forefront of the hormone health discussion. And the idea is that we're offering people simple swaps, like going through the things that we use in a day that go in, on, and around our bodies. And we've built out three, like what we call verticals, like product categories, basically, that serve those needs. And we just had our 30-year anniversary of as a company, which is really exciting. We're out of that like startup phase and we're like really I would say running into the momentum phase, and which is fun, which means that we're continuing to add more products to each of these verticals. So we have a really great skincare line. Has like a day serum and a night serum and a body oil. Everything has got a multi-purpose. So while like, you know, it serves a function for, you know, hydration and healing and oil, you know, to like, you know, to beautify our skin, but it's also not adding extra endocrine disrupting chemicals. And a lot of our products also serve to have a back end kind of function where we're also supporting our body's natural detox process to like pull out of the other, you know, the toxins that we are consuming. So our skincare line, our home line, which is cleaning products and a reusable paper towel, and health. So our health and wellness. So we've got a lot of those nutrients and those supplements that women and men, but especially women, as that are needing to supplement, including like hydrating with minerals, fiber, potassium, magnesium, and pre and probiotics for gut health. So all, you know, like healthy hormones start in the gut. So everything's really looking at like not just a hydration drink, right? It's a hydration drink that has pre and probiotics for gut health, that has L-glutathione for, you know, to help our liver bind to toxins and eliminate, as well as like an antioxidant for hair, skin, nails. Like everything has this really deep, meaningful purpose, like multi-purpose to it, which is really nice. It's all environmentally consciously created, packaged. Our products come in like amber glass as often as possible. And of course, cleaner than clean. So no, not only just hormone safe, not only just toxin free, but formulated with ingredients that are going to support our body in every single way in a deep healing and restorative place. So because this is really important. Go for it, Jace.
I just wanted to add really quick to that. One of the things that impressed me the most about this company was they're an ingredient transparent company. So everything is right on the website for you to see. They have a lot of science behind their products, which is also right on the website. There's a tab that says science, and you can go into it and read everything about it. I was overly impressed when I became an advocate and they share all of the formulation. They do formulation calls for us. They do continuing education a lot for the products themselves and how they're sourced, how they're put together, like all of it. It's so fascinating, which kind of leads into this slide. But, you know, just to give you kind of like the breakdown of cost, I think one of the more important things too that I talked to Sarah about when I first started coming onto this company, which is Sarah and Ben are the CEOs and founders of Hugh and Grace, was they wanted to make it accessible. And that was such an impressive goal for me because this is such a high-end kind of industry and it's really been kind of exclusive to more elite audiences. But and if you look at this and you just kind of scan through some of the information, just how much people spend in this industry, number one, but on these, you know, toxic, non-toxic products, all of these EDC-free things, like being at a price point where it was accessible to everybody was really appealing to me. So I don't know if you want to add, like, talk about anything specific on this page, Jamie, but I just think that everything is very well thought out, from the accessibility to the sourcing to the cost and price points to the functionality of the products. You almost forget that they're actually supposed to be functional when you're using them because they're so luxurious and just like nice to use and fun and exciting. But then when you also tack on like, oh, they're also really hard at work. They're doing a lot of different jobs at the same time when you're actually using them, it just brings the whole package together.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't really add anything other than just to encourage you to think about like how many medicines are you taking? How many supplements are you taking? How much over-the-counter medicine or prescription medicine, you know, like all of those things add up. And I
Yeah.
think all of a sudden one day we wake up And like we say our medicine cabinet, we're like, how do I have to take all these pills every day? Or why am I always feeling like crap, right? Or there's always some sort of something for everything. And it's because we just become so desensitized to feeling crappy, where like normal is not optimal. And we say that a lot in our community because just because it might look normal or it's normal to feel a certain way at a certain age or whatever, it doesn't mean it's optimal. It doesn't mean you have to feel that way. And so the idea is to really get to the root cause of these imbalances and where the dysfunction is starting. um of course we're not promising we're going to like heal your hormones, but we're going to give ourselves the tools and the support to do a lot of deep healing work and to help our bodies function well. And we do that just through addressing these key components, some of it through our products, some of it through our community and education and advocacy, but from nutrients, managing our stress. I also cortisol, is one of our main hormone functions in our body. Like we have our sex hormones, our thyroid, our insulin, and our cortisol, right? So cortisol is that stress hormone. Like my adrenal dysfunction is so extreme that I don't even make cortisol anymore. And so like, can you imagine like the domino effect of like, that's kind of like a chain reaction of health issues that affects sleep. It affects my body's ability, my liver function to be able to detoxify. It affects my weight. Like, so there's one, we call it the four-legged chair of hormone balance, and one leg is cut off or shorter or too long because of hormone imbalance. And then all of a sudden you've got this wobbly system and it just keeps perpetuating. So we address this by this really holistic approach, which I think is it keeps it simple. And like Jay said, it keeps it really accessible.
Yeah.
It's really easy to get lost in the sauce of our health journey, right? And it can be overwhelming. So if we just keep it really simple and focused on these pillars, we can do really transformative work on ourselves, right? As a business, as an advocate for the company, it feels really good that I can just keep it really simple and just talk at this really foundational level with people, because most people aren't getting proper nutrients. They aren't managing stress. They aren't sleeping enough. They aren't hydrated enough, right? So, Jace, what would you add to this?
I was just thinking, like, as you were talking, like, we're just so conditioned and so marketed to think that this is like, it's like at nauseum how much people are like, you need this, you need this, you need this. And one of the most like impactful parts of joining this company, because I'm a pretty minimal person, like I really do care about what I put in my body. But like Jamie was talking about adrenals, mine were fried. And I was living a very healthy lifestyle. But when I started the routine, my entire goal for that was I wanted to get off pre-workouts. I wanted to get off energy drinks. I wanted to get off caffeine because I have ADHD and anxiety, and that's a nightmare. And so being able to do that, recover not only my gut health, but my adrenals, and be able to create natural energy again was life-changing for me. And I think it's those things, you know, that we're just not being marketed to about that. You know what I mean? It's more caffeine. It's like more, you need more of all these things that are keeping you sick. But at the end of the day, being able to focus in on a company that's 100% focused on reversing all of that, simplifying, minimizing, like that's been such a transformational piece of this puzzle for me, and just it's made it so simple. Like Jamie said, it just doesn't, you can just stabilize the legs of your hormone health, um, and really cut back in so many areas because you're doing so much more with these products.
Yeah. And fun fact, all of these images are pictures of ingredients that are in our products. Like mostly all vegan. I think all but one product is vegan, plant-based, and gluten-free, but all like really in ethically integrity-based sourcing.
Well, and they won't use ingredients even if they're clean, if they disrupt hormones,
Yeah,
which I think is fascinating.
I know. I learned that. I was like, wait, lavender is a what?
Yeah, it's fascinating.
Do you want to tell them about our advisory board? Because I think you kind of talked about this with the transparency and the formulator calls,
Yeah.
but like I think it goes a step further even.
I think another thing that really, really impressed me and has continued to impress me is the amount of collaboration that Sarah and Ben are like committed to. Like I've never seen a company so willing to collaborate and say we want the best of the best for this specific thing, so we're going to hire the best for this specific thing. Like they won't, they are masters at collecting the right people, the right formulas, the right products. Like they just, and they won't, just rely on one team that does everything. If they need someone from outside or an outside source, or they don't have an expertise in one area, they will find the person. And that is so impressive to me. And such a gift actually to be part of a company that's open and willing and wants to collaborate and have conversations with other companies and partner with them and do just different work. But our board, our advisory board, I think is even more robust than this. But these were just some of the people that worked on some of our initial products. I know that they've collaborated not only with our products, but also just with our network. They've collaborated with other companies that are also focused on this specific topic of hormone health. So they're constantly educating themselves and trying to lead in this conversation.
Yeah, these are some of the most innovative minds in the world of hormone health, and everything kind of goes through their litmus test, right? Their like stamp of approval. Um, so I know I mentioned that we are in our third year now, and it's exciting, but I think it's also really exciting just to talk about how much growth, like we've had 100% growth in the last year. But we also we're, heading into a year of growth that includes product launches. So some recently Ben and Sarah kind of pulled back the veil to let us know some of the stuff that's coming up for the next year and a half in terms of a product roadmap. So I thought it would be fun to share that fun little factoid with you guys, because how exciting is it to know, again, it's the things that go in, on, and around our bodies, the things we're most commonly using. So we're not, our clients that are coming in, we're not like selling them something they wouldn't already be buying. We're just offering a safer solution for their family, that also usually replaces a few products in one. I think that these stats in the upper right corner are really, if you just take a look at those, I won't read them, but they signify, like, these are stats that are unheard of in our industry in terms of how high they are. Like when we're looking at average order value and repurchase rate, um, etc. Like the fact that what this means, what this translates to, is that people that buy from us love us. They continue to buy from us. There is this really great brand loyalty because our products work and they're well priced, and they is an ownership in the brand itself, because of the, there's a partnership in this mission, even on a client customer level. So from a business perspective, that's what you want in, when you like deciding where to root down and build a business, is a company that's growing and thriving in all these areas and more. Do you want to add anything to this before I go to the next slide?
The only thing that I want to add is like it is so awesome to just have a product that sells itself. When I very first started in this with this company, like I didn't know anything. And I would talk about the products on such a basic level, just based on like what I was saying. I use a routine to like clean up my adrenals, and people would be like, I'll buy it. And then they would buy it. Like there was no convincing. It was just really like, here's the simplicity of this product. Here's what it does. This is the function of it. And it was like a done deal. And then just doing like home parties and seeing it in people's hands and how excited they get about it was really exciting. Like it's cool to just be able to like sit back and watch it kind of happen a little bit. Because the products are just that good. They will sell themselves. So if you put effort into it, it just is that much more exciting.
Yeah. So let's talk about the business opportunity a little bit.
So do you want me to lead on this one? So the business opportunity. So there's a lot of different ways that you can approach this. One of the reasons why I think this company is so awesome is because it kind of projected the turning of the tides in our industry and innovated and created an affiliate plus model just so that you could do this business in whatever capacity makes sense for you. So obviously, like having a side income is a big piece of it. I think every advocate here that is working towards a business, this is an important piece of it. I know Jamie and I both came to this company because there was an actual income opportunity here as opposed to some of the other companies that are out there right now. So that was a big one. I think health and well-being is just a natural human element that's never going to go away. It's not a fad. There's always going to be a need for health and well-being and health and wellness. So just staying within this industry and is amazing to be able to just have something that's evergreen, that's never going to go away. It's never not going to be important. And then again, like I was talking about, just the evolution, the modern approach to direct sales. There's so much going on in our society right now. You know, we have social media, we have AI coming, which is just, I mean, it's just going to dominate this digital space. And I think being just open and transparent and willing to create plans and opportunities for people in the world that we're in right now is amazing. It's amazing to be part of a company that has thought through that thoroughly, I think.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that what I'd add too is like I know if you've been around in the network marketing space for more than a minute, you've seen some shifts, especially in the last few months. There's a lot of shifts that have happened with companies that have been around for a long time, big brands that have been around for a long time that are not surviving anymore. You know, they are closing their doors. They're closing their network marketing aspect to it. And that was one of the reasons why Jason and I had to chose to look somewhere else, was because we could see we were in a space where our company, we could see our company taking on debt, cutting products, canceling trips, like just the writing on the wall of a company in distress, financial distress. And
With an outdated plan that they
yeah,
weren't able to modernize. It
yep,
was,
they have not evolved. Like it was just a lot of, and this industry's been around for 70 years, 60,
yeah.
60 something years. And like a lot of people are still in this framework that came from, you know, from the 50s and 60s when network marketing first started and did have not come. I mean, think of just how different social media is since, you know, in the last 10 years. Think of how much we are all different in the last 4 years, right? Like social selling, affiliate, like it has just all changed. And so what is essential is to like the companies that are going to continue to thrive and grow are the ones that adapt and evolve and modernize and come and bring this industry into a new era. And that was one of the things that was, we'll talk more about that in a second. But when we're looking at like why this, why now, like these are things to be asking yourself. These are things to be like self-reflecting on where your priorities are and what that looks like for you. Um, a little bit about so Jason and I are like lead this amazing team that has quickly risen to be the top team at our company and the fastest growing team for the last 9 months, breaking records every single month. And it's really fun. And you'd be part of this, this space, this team. We have a bunch of amazing leaders that have been really successful building, 6, 7 figure incomes and businesses and legacy brands for 10, 15 years in the industry. And we lead together. We have a really fun community where we are like all learning and growing together. We all have different strengths in our leadership styles. But what we really are mostly committed to is helping you build in a way that is sustainable, that won't burn you out, that doesn't like get your priorities out of balance, right? Like it doesn't leave you glued to your phone. It doesn't leave you out of alignment. And we are really committed to that as a team to like show you how to do this successfully, do this well, blow this out of the water on your own terms, like whatever success looks like for you in a way that is going to continue to help your hormones and your life work balance and your joy. And part of being nervous system and hormone health is like putting down your phone and going outside. And so like really walking the walk and talking the talk. And that's really important to us while continuing to train and lead and have fun and like really make sure you have every single tool in your toolkit that you need um, to really build a legacy here. Would you anything else here?
The only thing with this is I think that who you join is really important. Like I think that that's definitely something that everyone should just kind of research, and it's important to understand the culture and the team. And one thing that I know that our leadership team is extremely committed to is just also modernizing some of the culture and just making sure that some of the toxicity of the work environment and all of those things is just not present here. And that's probably been one of the most game-changing parts. I think that's what has contributed to our growth this much, this fast, is because we're all very committed to that part of it of listen, like this is hard work, but it should be hard work in the good way. It should be the good work where you want to show up every day and work, not the kind that you want to kind of like unplug or take the day off from. This is when you like want to lean in again. And that's been the most like exciting part of it, is to see people like getting energy back and leaning in and like wanting to work again and wanting to show up and wanting to do some of these things and talk to people and build community. And it's just been amazing here. It's just very different from other organizations and cultures we've been in. And I think that's a true testament to who we are as a leadership for sure.
I agree. Um, Go ahead and talk about customers because I think that also is a huge differentiator.
Yes, this company is very, very customer centric. They have Hugh and Grace gives so much opportunity, not only for independent, just growth and effort, but also like they just really want to prioritize the customer, make sure they feel valued. They give us a lot of tools and a lot of support in this area to help our customers in ways I've never been able to at other companies. Like we just have a lot more access, we have a lot more control to help kind of the customer process whether it's giving them promotions or points towards product. We have an insider program where they earn points for every dollar they spend that gives them cash back on products. We have a give 10 get 10 referral program, so any customer can refer somebody and give them $10 off and they get $10 in return. There's product credits that they earn. There's just so many different ways to kind of love on our customers that's just amazing. They really bring the customer into the focus, I think, here at this company.
Yeah. And I think that knowing that that's the company priority and they empower us to to do that as well. They give us the power to edit a cart, to start an order, to provide customer service or escalate it if there's an issue. Like that means that like we can just focus on loving our customers
Yeah.
and making sure they have a really great experience with the products versus trying to like everything feeling like it's a struggle, which I felt like that a lot in the last, in my last um career chapter. So I saw a really great question a second ago. What are we called? We are called advocates here because we are advocating for hormone health. We're advocating for your health, for your best, our best life, right? And our and work in sharing this mission. But one of the things that is, I think, proof in the pudding of what really sets us apart is that we actually have 3 different ways that you can build an income here. And they all can commingle or live in like a silo either way. But an advocate is one of the roles, and that is kind of your traditional network marketing ability. Like you can have customers and you can build a team of other advocates. The advocates get 25% off our own orders, which is really nice. It's a nice steep discount. We earn 25 to 40% commission. We have our e-commerce site. We can build, we'll talk about Complan in a second and go through some of the highlights of that. And we can, build a team, which is that passive income piece. One of the things that caught my attention early on was that there was more than just being an advocate. There is a traditional affiliate. Think your influencer on Instagram that just wants to have a link to offer their followers 10% off. In this case, yep. So we have a 10% off discount code. They also get 20% commission, their own website as well, e-commerce site as well. as an advocate, I can enroll an affiliate. There's no enrollment fee for affiliates can enroll for free. And the coolest part though is the third way, which is, I don't know of a single other company that does this, but we have what's called a retail advocate. So that is usually a brick and mortar company, some mobile businesses as well. It doesn't have to be brick and mortar, but a traditional business. So think yoga studio, CrossFit gym, nail salon, hair salon, IV bar, med spa, boutique, chiropractic clinic. You see where I'm going with this? Think
Coffee shop, hotel, like there's tons.
etc. Yeah. Any of those places that you might see people stock products and selling other companies' products on the shelves, because again, like we're going back to like it's 2024, having multiple streams of income is not only just smart, it's kind of necessary. So most businesses are selling products. You know, you go to your hair salon, there's shelves of other shampoos and stuff, right? And styling gels and things. So we have the ability to sign up retail advocates. And what that means is so like my hair salon, I'm using that as an example because that is one of my retail advocates. She also does my lashes, and she was like, "Your lashes are growing so fast. Your hair is growing so fast. What are you doing?" And I was able to talk to her about the collagen and the products I was using. And so she's now able to, so she signed her business up as a retail advocate. She's able to buy wholesale at the 30% off, and then sell, like kind of buy in bulk, and then stock her shelves and buy and sell to her customer base that comes in through the salon. They also have an e-commerce site as well. But the cool thing is that the affiliates and retails that are on our team serve as our organizational volume. So when we talk in a second about how we are, like the volume of our team and how that plays into our compensation plan, our teams are made up of advocates, affiliates, and retail partners, which is amazing. This to me is significant because you can go belly to belly sales and build a business completely offline if you want. Not that you have to, but you could. And that means that you can really, when we're talking about supporting you and building a business that fits your style, your desires, your interests, your personality, the sky is the limit here. What would you add to this?
I think I mean, this right here is why I chose this company. I don't think that I would have gone to another company after leaving my last. I actually had plans to do something else, but I looked at this and I'm like, this is way too good to pass up. Like if you're going to do a business like this is what you want. This is what convinced me to be like, okay, I'm just gonna give this another shot because again, we were successful in our other business, but we were also held back. There were a lot of things that we wanted to be able to do that we couldn't. And coming here and looking at this and saying to myself, oh my gosh, like I could offer someone else a different path to build this. They can be a retailer, they can be an advocate, or they can be an affiliate, and the compensation plan will reward whatever that is. That's like the key piece of it for me. And so it was so exciting to be like, oh my gosh, people who are really good at sales but don't want to build a team can do it here. Those who are retailers that don't want to have anything to do with affiliate work or advocacy, they can just sell the product. Or if you want to build a team and do the whole dang thing, like you can. And that, I mean, I've never seen another comp plan that had this kind of diversity in it. It was awesome.
It definitely caught me too. And we've talked about some of these plan highlights, but Jace, do you want to dig into whatever we missed?
I think you guys should screenshot this because we really tried to compile a really thorough list of the really key differences between the different plans that we have researched or been part of. I think some of the bigger ones for me were like having no monthly fee to be an advocate. We don't have to pay just a fee to be an advocate, which I think is amazing. There's so many. One of the huge ones also is the volume ratio. It's 1-to-1. So for every dollar you sell, you create one volume in your business. And that's tremendous. For those of you that aren't familiar with this industry, that's massive. I think some of those were like the bigger ones. Volume is still queen. I think that, again, and we'll get into this a little bit more, just like the different bonuses and different structures for how you're actually building your business and how you want to approach it. But I love that they really promote consistency. I love that they will reward individual efforts, not just people who are enrolling. Like enrollment isn't like the one and only thing here, which it seems to be in a lot of other companies. Again, this is a very customer centric company. And that is a massive difference.
Yeah. Um, I also love that there's no like it was a program called Success Club in our company, but a lot of companies have this like monthly monkey on your back. You got to hit this target. You have,
Yeah.
and there's this implied message like you're kind of a failure if you don't get there, or there's only rewards for the people that do. And so it makes it hard to choose your own path if you've got this pressure, right? This like
Yeah.
really heavy pressure. And so we don't have that. We have fun incentives sometimes.
But they
But
don't funnel you into one
yeah,
specific path.
always like
Right.
there's always like you can stay in your zone of genius and build how you want. So here's a little bit of just at a glance, and we're gonna go through the next few slides really fast just because we have a whole nother video. Like if you want to learn more about the compensation plan and dig into it more, have a one-on-one conversation with the person who invited you, or I have a training video that goes all into this in like 30-minute in depth, really like beginner friendly dialogue. But at a glance, bird's eye view, we have what's called a unilevel plan. Again, this might not mean anything unless you're familiar with the network marketing space. There are other plans and other companies are like there's a breakaway, there's binary, like we're unilevel. So we get paid off of our first three levels. So like our children, our grandchildren, our great grandchildren, because we're thinking family tree, because that's kind of how it's structured. And then as we build in leadership ranks, you can actually unlock infinity levels deep for other percentages. And that's based off of that organizational volume, right? Again, that's your retail, your other advocates, what they sell, what they purchase, their teams, the retail partners, the affiliate partners. One of the things I want to mention is you can get all the way through like the first four rank advancements you can do without having a single person on your team. You can do it through sales and customers alone, which again, I've never seen a company where you can rank advance without building a team structure. This is the modernization. This is bringing this into the modern era. Not everyone, I love the team component, but also it's can be really challenging for people, and it can be hard for a while for people to find like those business builders, right? And so you can you have a lot of flexibility here. And then as you sell more, so it starts at 25% commission, but as you sell more and more each month, you're unlocking higher percentages. So as well as product credit. So you're not even paying for your own products. If you don't want. So um, let's keep talking about how we earn.
Okay, so one thing Jamie said that I really love, this is like was the game changer for me because I'm a very income driven mentor. Like that's my number one. I want to get my advocates earning so that they're not having to invest their own money unless they want to. I'm all about giving the option. Like if you want to, do it, but I don't want you to have to. And so this boost program is kind of a game changer for me. It basically runs you through those first four levels of the comp plan, the part that you don't have to enroll other advocates if you don't want to, and you can still be incentivized and just kind of boosted is the idea during your startup. So the first 90 days of your advocacy, you're given these extra opportunities to earn to kind of get your feet on the ground. And I love that because then you can just really focus on building a solid foundation in these three activities that really build income in our industry, which is selling, obviously the retail part of it, enrollment, whether that's customers or advocates, and then just building on that every single month. So it allows you to kind of relax your first 90 days as far as like, I have to be doing this X, Y, or Z. And it really just helps us train you and help you shine in these areas that actually are going to create the longevity in your business over time. But then you're also getting incentivized for it and earning these little extra boosts to financially support you in this transition, right? This has been a game changer for my team. This is something that I am a huge believer in. I've seen it now in play for the last 9 months and what it's done and how it's helped build the foundations in some of my team's businesses. And it's an integral piece of this comp plan and this modernization of allowing for this opportunity during this first 90 days for you to get your feet on the ground.
And there's no cap to that. So if you enroll 2 people, you could get $100. And if it's like one in July, one in August, it's still $100, right?
Yep.
So it doesn't have to be within a calendar month. But also if you're like, no, I'm gonna blow this up, I'm gonna maximize this. You enroll 10 people, it's $500. So like you can like 10x this literally if you want. It's just really great to know that we can bring in someone brand new and they can get cash positive and make a significant, I mean, this is on top of what they're already earning just based off of the comp plan. And here's just a little at a glance of what that increased commission looks like. So again, 25% straight out of the gate. And then as you sell more each month, you're earning more product credit. And then your commission goes up to 40%. Like that's a significant commission, you guys. It's almost like half. So I think that, and we've got people that are selling this month, right? Or this much each month. And so, not me, but there are people that are like unlocking that 40%. So I think that's beautiful. And I know Jace likes to use some of his product credit to like do giveaways or to like bless a family. Like it doesn't have to be for your own stuff. You can do some really fun stuff with it. Or
You can buy gift cards and like give them to your new customers. I mean, the product credits are game changers, I think. They allow you to invest in your business without having to put up your own cash.
You can buy gift cards with your product credits.
I think so.
Awesome. I don't know. That's what I'm going to use.
Not know that? Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's awesome. I'm going to do that. I love the gift card. I love the gift card option here. Okay, talk about this one. This is my favorite thing in the whole. This is awesome. I'll talk about it. This is you.
Sorry, my Alexa started going off. I don't know if we said her name, but she like started speaking for some reason. So I love this growth and consistency bonus. Again, this is one of the reasons why I really love this comp plan because there's so many ways to earn. There's commission, there's our boost, and everything is compounded on top of each other. So it's not like you get one or the other. So we get our commission, we get our boost bonuses in the first 90 days. We get the personal sales bonuses. There's level bonuses if you build a team. And then on top of that, there's a growth and consistency bonus. And this is purely for exactly what it says. The people who show up and are consistently doing the work month after month after month, you get rewarded for doing that. And that is incredible that you can get a monthly bonus. I've never seen anything like this either. It's always been quarterly. It's always been you have to hold X, Y, or Z for 8 or 10 weeks in order to get this. No, if you hit senior mentor this month, you get $250. If you hit it next month, you get $250. If you hit it the next month, you get $250. And it's incredible that they have this. And then also for that first rank, those first 4 rank ups without building a team, you still, even if you hit SAV, which is what they call that 4th rank up before you start building a team, you get a $50 product credit just for hitting that. So every time you grow, every time you're consistent, they want to be like, great job. Great job for being consistent. And I think that that's awesome. It's been such a different way to personally motivate myself, I think, because it helps me stay grounded in the real business building activity and less on what's my next title? What's my next, recognition point? It's almost like, no, like I need to do this because this is what will earn income. This unlocks more opportunity. And that's awesome.
So the bonuses, they don't stack. So it's whatever you earned. There's a question in the chat. So it's a good question. So at director, you earned 1,500. At associate director, you earned 3,000, not like
not all of them. Yeah.
But say you were like associate director, so like, so I associate director, say I'd fallen back 1 month and to director. So you get one, it's the rank, you can go back one and still earn it. So if I was to go to associate director and go all the way back to associate manager, I wouldn't get that growth and consistency because I'm not staying consistent, right? I'm growing in the wrong direction, but you do have like a buffer of 1 level, which is really nice.
Yeah, that leeway is like also unheard of, just so you guys know. The companies don't give leeway. So for them to be like, if you hit director and then next month you hit senior manager, we're still going to give you a bonus. It's pretty amazing.
I feel like some of the things that I like, if I was to make a list of the things that people really burn out about or get really discouraged about in this industry, one of it is feeling like you're only seen when you keep outperforming yourself
Overperform.
or
Yeah.
overperform, or you're the outlier, or you're like only, uh, you know, adding more, just in that,
Doing
adding.
something like brand new every month, like creating some new rank or creating some new benchmark instead of just consistently doing the ones that will build the foundation.
Well, and like that goes to the testament that our customer is everything, because it means that if we're just spending our energy making sure our customers stay engaged and stay like, like that we don't lose them and they continue to order, like we can just focus our energy. Of course, we want to grow and add more, but we want to make sure we keep what we've got too, right? And we can just focus that energy on really great, solid customer care, and we're rewarded for that. And then also, we have a profit share program. So every quarter, 3% of the company's quarterly volume, like 3% of that profit, is then divided and split amongst the senior mentor and above ranks, which is awesome. I think that that's really smart. That as we grow, that will grow, right? And so I think that it's always kind of fun. We just had ours we just ended quarter two, so we just had that, and it's fun to see how that shifts from quarter to quarter. But I really look forward to that. It's just an extra on your paycheck. They all stack, so it's fun to know like, oh, you got like some mad money coming in. And then what? Okay, everyone, Jason, everyone on the call is like, yes, I'm ready to enroll. So, like, what are the next?
Yay! You know what though? Like, again, it's a testament to just like it sells itself. Like, if you're interested in this or you've done these kind of businesses before, this is like a zero thought, no brainer. Like, I wanted to say no to Jamie. Trust me, over and over and over again. I know she's like a little chihuahua and she'll like grab on and not let you, but like I was fully prepared to be like, I'm not doing this, but I couldn't not do it. Like it was everything that I always wanted it to be. It was the place where I was going to finally be able to mentor people the way that I wanted to, which is very connection based, and very customer centric. So it's exciting. There's a lot of different advocate enrollment bundles that you can only get during enrollment, which is really exciting. I didn't realize that when I signed up. I thought you could just get them whenever, but you can't. You can only get them when you enroll. But it's a $45 enrollment fee one time. Again, there's no monthly fee. You can cancel at any time. The only stipulation to keep your advocate account open is you have to purchase or sell 200 volume or dollars worth of product in a 6-month period. If you don't, it just simply goes back to a customer account. And then you'd have to re-enroll as an advocate. Let's see. And then you have to have, so to go active status is what it's called in the industry a lot of the time, or to qualify to receive commission, you have to have at least 100 volume, which is again, $100, to activate that 25 to 40% commission in either sales or purchases. Do you want to talk about the enrollment special?
Um,
Sometimes they have them, sometimes they don't.
yeah, depending on
Um,
if you watch this.
yeah.
Right now we have $1 enrollment special, so there's no $45 enrollment fee, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Um,
That changes.
yeah, but every other month, there's like something going on. So depending on,
Yeah.
you can always ask whoever invited you to watch this call, like be like, are there any enrollment promos right now?
Yeah.
And we want to make this accessible. If you don't see a bundle that you love, you can always sign up with what we call ad hoc, which just means like adding individual items to your cart. You don't have to do the bundle. But again, they're the only time that you'll see them, which is, I didn't know that either when I signed up. Any anything else on this screen, or is there any questions about this?
I do actually have one thing to add to this. I'm just going to give you the wise word for thought. You can take it or leave it if you want to. What I've seen again over the last 9 months is generally, and I did this myself, you create one, you sign up with one of the bundles because you want to try the product, right? And you're like, oh, maybe I started with the routine, but I want to try like something in the skin. So you find a little bundle, you want to buy it. What ends up happening 9 times out of 10 is 2 weeks later, you're like vested. You're like, this is so incredible. I wish I would have done something else. And so that $445, like the possibilities set, if you're that way, and I know that not everybody is, that actually has been the one that I'm trying to push the most because it saves you money in the long run, because most people end up buying another bundle and then another bundle and then another bundle in their first 45 days, just because they want to end up buying and trying all of the products and they get excited about it. And so they end up spending a lot more money overall. I mean, you can still do that. I'm not going to complain if you do that, but I just think if you're going to go all in and that's something that you really want to go after, that will not disappoint.
Yeah. I'm going to add to that and say, but don't like let that be the thing that keeps you from like, don't
No.
not enroll for 3 months because you're saving up for the big thing, right? Like sign up when like strike while the iron's hot. If you're excited now, then find the way, whatever, then find your price point that you can start with now. But if you can see that investment in the possibility set being something you can work through, then absolutely, like then you have everything and you're not held back from what you can share. Okay, so we wanted to extend an invite. We are launching our first 2 team retreats, which is going to be really exciting. I'm sure we'll have so many more retreats over the years, but these are our first 2. We've got an emerging leaders retreat in New York City right after the Christmas tree goes up, when everything in New York is on full Christmas holiday mode. And then we're going to see Wicked on Broadway. Our team name is Defy Gravity, which is from Wicked. It's one of my favorite songs. But we are going to do that in December. And then our directors and above we're going to Italy. And these are our team. This isn't a company trip. The company also does a leaders retreat every year. We do what we call our escape trip, which is where we went to Maui in April. Those things also exist. These are things that are just in our team, but we wanted you to know that we would love for you to like strike while the iron's hot, start running and working towards this. Our New York City trip is very, very achievable and earnable. And it would be really fun to have you there. And we rented a really, really cute apartment in South Harlem, and like the biggest place I could find on Airbnb that wasn't like a broom closet. And then the villa in Italy is right on private beach and everything, like right on the Amalfi Coast. So we would love for you to join us there. And any other thoughts or any questions, or Jace, you want to wrap us up?
I think that if you are looking for something, like this has been such a warm hug. It's just I don't like change, and I get very I just like to, again, I like to build connection and I like to build community. And it was really scary leaping into something after being with my other organization for as long as I was. And I know that a lot of the leadership that's here now has, like Jamie said, been in the industry for a really long time, but it's been so incredible to be able to create just, again, this modernized culture almost, that's just so much more grounded. We always say it feels like it's grown up. It's just elevated. I don't know how to explain it any other way, but it's just, it feels very different than any other network marketing company that I've been in. And I think it's just a testament to the mission, to the products, to the people that are here, to the leadership, to the corporate team. It really is sort of like this magic in a bottle. It's one of those one-time situations where everything just kind of aligns in all of the right ways. There were times where that would happen, I think, in our organizations before, where we created that, but it was never like this. It was never this cohesive And it's just been incredible. And it's so fun to work with people and take them through Boost and like show them and have them earn income and like have them say, oh, I just want to do this face to face and I don't want to do it virtually. And you being like, okay, here's all the ways that you do it face to face, or here's all the ways that you can diversify virtually. There's just so many different options. And that has been like the biggest breath of fresh air for me. It's been so empowering to be able to help people be successful in almost any capacity they can think of how they want to run this business. It's been awesome.
I agree. I love the idea. Yes, I think that's perfect visual is like a big warm hug. All right. Well, hopefully this got you excited. Put some more. I'm sure you've got more questions. Feel free to ask them now or save them for whoever, send them to the person who invited you to watch this call. And let's get you going. I'm so excited to see you on the other side in our team page and start on this mission with us because it's pretty fun.
Thank you guys.
Okay, bye.